The many races of the world may not have lived in harmony, but we at least live mostly in tolerance. Gone were the days of war between elf, dwarf, man, Isoki, and the small folk, as well as the other minor races. This was a time of culture, advancements in science, magic, fine arts, and many things besides, until the Shattering. To this day we do not know what brought it about. It seemed nearly every race was blamed at some point. Space itself seemed to twist and break as reality frayed in what all claimed was an area of no importance. And then, things came through. These demons seemed endless. A horde of monsters of all shapes and sizes come to our world to kill and conquer. The dwarves stood. With the resilience of steel and the stubbornness of stone, they held the line. The Isoki, benefiting from their small stature and large litter sizes, were able to field what seemed to be thousands of spies, scouts, and saboteurs. The small folk, benefiting from their deep connection with the other, unleashed chaos and illusion upon the enemy ranks. And then the humans, as usual, had nothing exceptional to add and simply did their best. Our people, the elves, contributed out great working of magic and immense skill that only are possible with our many centuries of training. The first ones to retreat were the small folk. It seemed that their techniques had nearly no impact on the demons, and they died in droves before gracefully withdrawing to their sanctuaries after a year of fighting. Next, the Isoki ran away when the miasma was unleashed in the 10th year of war, a horrible toxic gas flooding their lines. The demons themselves ignoring their foul creation, as it killed or weakened any without the benefits of dwarven blood. Shamefully, the dwarves took great losses to hold the initial invasion force at bay without our aid. As such, they retreated to their great mountain holds, leaving word that they would need time to build tools of war and raise a new generation of warriors. They had held the line for 19 years. Surely we could keep the enemy at bay until their army was ready. After 5 years, we were forced back to take shelter behind our wards. While we live much longer than other races, we have fewer children, and they take longer to mature. More elves died in those 5 years than the last 5 millennia, and so we fled, leaving the humans to die. We fled, and the humans fought. After a year, as the demons took more and more of our world, we wept for the dead, and the humans fought. After 5 years, we denied the humans our magic. They asked for the tools to hold the line, but we knew that anything left in their hands would be one more tool for the demons. But still, the humans fought. After 10 years, we grieved as the humans fought, for they had lost an unimaginable amount of their people, yet the humans still fought. After 20 years, we offered to bring the humans into our wards, but they refused, and the humans fought. After 30 years, we prayed for the humans as it seemed the world itself wept for the scraps of that proud people. But those scraps, those scarred and bruised humans, they fought. After 40 years, we cheered as the dwarven halls opened. We watched with hope and confusion as we witnessed marvels of engineering emerge to do battle. Every moment, every scrap of steel, every spark of invention since they retreated had been devoted to this moment. Cannons the size of buildings, strange creatures made of solid metal, hammers that struck with the weight of mountains. They emerged, an entire generation of warriors that had been born, trained, armed and armored with the sole purpose of defeating these invaders. They stood next to the humans and they fought. After a century had passed, enough elves had grown to where we emerged once more. This time we were ready. With the help of the small folk, we roused nature itself. We arrived at the battlefields with spells and weapons created to destroy these demons, alongside the many beasts of the land, and the very trees themselves began to walk. And we fought. It took 112 years, but the demons were cast out, and their rifts slammed shut. Over a century of war for survival itself changed the very land. We stared in horror at once great fields that had been watered with the blood of man. So many of their people were dead, we could fill canyons and build mountains. We could flood rivers with their spilt blood. We saw them out, seeking forgiveness. We needed to help them. We needed to do anything we could to fix this. Fix the world. Fix them. We needed answers. They live shorter lives than elf or dwarf. They have fewer children than the Asoki. They don't have the talents for magic like the small folk or elves. They don't have the sturdiness or strength of a dwarf. They don't have the inventions of the dwarves or the spells of the elves. How did they hold the line? How did they bear these losses? How did they know we would win? Why didn't they take shelter behind our wards? Why did they just keep fighting? A human general who seemed more scarred than skin laughed at me, but he had the answer. It wasn't about winning. It wasn't about defeating the demons. It wasn't about slamming those rifts shut. We didn't need any of that. Every inch of land they bled us on. Every second they spent killing us. Every injury they took slaughtering us. That was one more inch they need to cross. One more second for others to survive. One more weakness to be exploited. All we needed to do was not lose. As long as they didn't win, that was all that mattered. Now, the races of the world still don't live in harmony. But the world has changed. Gone are the days of elven empires, dwarven clanholds, human nations, and Asoki enclaves. We stood united against the great enemy, and we stand united still. No more fighting for our race to be the best. As the scattered remains of man merge with the surviving nations of the other races, we remember their lesson. For if the great enemy ever returns, we must be ready. Do not seek to triumph over others. The greatness of an individual or race today is worthless when facing the death of the future. So remember and be ready, because it isn't about winning.